What up, people? What's good? Salute.
Yes, sir.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Salute to the tribe. We're hip hop and comics and hip hop. We're a niche channel. We're a niche channel. Reserved for the best. It's super dope. I do sell comics. Check me out on Instagram at 6th_element_comics. Yeah, because comic books are the sixth element of hip hop. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? This is the sixth element of hip hop. I am your host, Reno Noir, and this over here, hiding behind that gray box, is your co-host, Stu Dog. What up, Stu? I think he's here. But we will have a great show today, guys. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to definitely break down the 3 episodes of Andor, which was fucking amazing. I can't say enough. And then after that, hopefully, not too long after that, definitely by 8 o'clock, I think we'll be getting a live stream from my brother, my main man, brother from another mother, number one suspect, a.k.a. Damien. So that's my homeboy. We grew up since knee-high, been WU TNAG brothers since the 36 Chambers, man. And so tonight he'll be at the Wu-Tang NAS concert, the New York State of Mind tour, in Tampa, Florida, where they're making, their Tampa, Florida debut. So not debut, they've been there 1,000 times. I'm talking about. But anyway, they're doing a lot of states. So their Tampa, Florida show, we're gonna hopefully get live streamed right in here tonight, starting at 8 o'clock. I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I've been a Wu head since day one. And Nas, you know what I'm saying, is the GOAT. So I can't be more excited. Corey Adger, what's good, fam? In the building, one of the newest Sixth Elementals in the crew. Welcome. We got the Sixth Elemental crew. That's our mods in the building. So yeah, man. Stu Dog, here he is. What's good, my man? Oh, you're on mute. I don't know if you've been talking. Can't hear you.
Yeah, a little technical difficulties, but we here now. We in the place on the building. We doing the damn thing.
What's good, bro?
Salute to everybody. Corey Adger in the building. Salute. Andor.
Yeah, man. Wu-Tang Wednesday. Wu-Tang Wars Wednesday. So Wu-Tang is Star Wars all day.
Yeah. And you said we might have a special guest streaming the Wu-Tang NAS concert for it. That'd be dope, bro.
Yeah, man. I can't wait.
I'm a big Wu-Tang fan. I'm not a fan of the Dungeon Family, but I'm a fan of Wu-Tang.
Okay.
Where's Slade at, man? Where's Slade at, man?
He'll be here. But yeah, we have reviews for Andor season 1, episode 1, 2, and 3. They dropped them on us in one shot. And I'm so glad they did, because these 3 episodes really was good, really culminated into like one big story, one main, like a big movie, I think it wouldn't have been near as good to not have the full all 3 episodes. So that was really cool that they did that. And like you said, man, it was dope.
It was, man. I can't say anything bad about it. It played out like a it felt like First of all, it felt like Star Wars. Let's just get that out of the way. It felt like Star Wars. It looked like Star Wars.
Yeah.
It everything about it just says Star Wars. It's not your traditional, what you would call Star Wars movie or show or whatever, but it's Star Wars. It feels like Star Wars, acts like, talks like Star, but it's just not what you expect. But it's good.
It's like Star Wars that it's like the Star Wars that, and this is how I break it down. It's like the Star Wars that I remember in my mind, the original Star Wars being like, not when you go back and watch it, But like as a little kid growing up in the 80s, and then the way you go back and think about it as a grown up, like that's how you sort of remembered it. It's not anything like how you remembered it, obviously,
Yeah,
but that's just sort of the and so like
yeah,
it sort of grew up and evolved with us, and now it's sort of it's matured, and I think this is where Star Wars should be if it was growing and evolving with the fan base, like it should be. Like we
agreed.
have like and I think I used this analogy the other day. Dragon Ball Z is a perfect example because it starts off Goku's a little baby, little toddler, whole series. And then the next, and then as it grows up, he grows up, then he has kids, they grow up, then they have kids. That so it's like it's totally growing. The show is moving along with the fan base and growing up with the fan base because Star Wars is, as George Lucas put it, it's for 12-year-olds, right? It's for kids. It was back in 1978, but those 12-year-olds grow up. And so, but they still remain fans and they want new stuff to come out that speaks to them as they are in life. And I think, Disney taking Star Wars uh scared a lot of us because we thought, oh shit, it's Disney, right? So Star Wars is gonna get super nerfed and it's gonna just be like this Disney-fied, kids version. And we were scared about that. So, and we sort of almost got that. That's kind of, what the sequel trilogies ended up being. And then the Mandalorian came out. Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau gave restored faith, I think, in the fandom. It let us know that there was someone out there, there were actual fans still creating this content that are actually down with George Lucas, actually down with his vision and creating something that the fandom as we stand now at our age can sink our teeth into and get into. And then Book of Boba Fett came out and we were like, what the fuck is this? Like you had this great character that you didn't know shit about. It wasn't as well received as it should have been. And the well, I mean, let's bottom line. Here we are. We got the new flagship show arriving on Disney Plus. Of course, we're talking about Andor, the latest Star Wars show. And this is the review. All right. I'm gonna give you the review of the first episode of a show that has a lot of responsibility on its back. Um, Not only because it belongs to one of the most important franchises in all of cinema and now television, but also because it is closely related to what many fans consider the best new Star Wars film, Rogue One. And can Andor reach the heights of its source material? Can Star Wars truly be a cinematic universe again? And like I said, the Book of Boba Fett came out, wasn't as well received as it should have been. The expectations of having a character like Boba Fett back in the Star Wars universe and now on the seat of the lead character were too much for a show that didn't know what to do with the character or even what story should they tell. um the result was one of the laziest seasons of television ever put on a streaming service and definitely the worst Star Wars shows so far. The same would be end up happening with Obi-Wan Kenobi, a show that was supposed to be a triumphant return but ended up being a boring mess. Andor episode 1, though, I think gives us that, Diego Luna is back and as the best Han Solo substitute. And this time, Star Wars has decided to go serious. And Tony Gilroy, the lead of the project, has brought everything he knows and has learned in the past decade to create the show. And this is without a doubt the most serious and darkest Star Wars show to date. I think, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah, by definitely, by sure. I mean, well,
Yeah.
next to the Mandalorian, but it's good.
Right. Right.
I would say that the Mandalorian to me were the best Star Wars iterations I've seen thus
Mhm.
far.
Yeah.
On Disney Plus.
On Disney
Um,
Plus.
yeah, on Disney Plus. Yeah, they're the best ones so far.
Yeah, Tony Gilroy is responsible for doing the reshoots in Rogue One, and he's the mostly identified as the person who saved that movie from disaster. And he's doing this, and the question I think remains: can Gilroy create a great show from scratch? And doing reshoots is very different than conceiving and executing a project all the way through. Gilroy has an uneven track record that consists of very well regarded dramas and also some seriously boring failures. Uh, like the Born Legacy. That was the that was like a bad ending, but it's clear that Gilroy is more of a writer than an actual director, and so writing is the thing that he has done the most in this show. And the first episode serves more as an introduction to a situation than anything else. The intro to the series, it's dark, gloomy, and visually, it also feels very much like what we saw and loved in Rogue One. However, when it comes to the story, it is very difficult to say where this is going at this point. Um, as soon as he shot that dude in the face, I was like, "Oh, this is good. This is this is not your grandson's Star Wars." And the episode begins by introducing Cassian Andor, played by the always fantastic Diego Luna. And Luna's been working for so long that it feels really like a true achievement to see him as the leading man of a show as important as this one. The actor does not miss a beat, goes back into the skin of the character that has suffered many losses and doesn't really know how to keep going. And we know Cassian's final destination. We know how he dies. So the show and the writers have to create a journey that is interesting enough to make us keep watching, knowing the ending. And that's a big challenge because that means is like the journey has to be as good as the ending or as exciting. And so far we had to say that while the story has great potential, it's going to be hard to review and watch Andor in terms of singular episodes. Episode 1, for example, begins and ends in a way that feels completely anticlimactic, like the episode has no theme or arc of its own. It's just one small piece of a bigger story. That's why I said I was so glad that they gave us all 3 episodes because it brought it together. Um, and it would have been hard to know what the hell was going on after just episode 1. Could Andor be one of those shows that would have been better as a binge watch? And it was like I told you about Mandalorian, it's better as a binge watch.
It
Sometimes
is. It really is.
you
Yeah,
gotta.
it is. It is. And you, as a matter of fact, you were the one that hit me to it. I never. You were like, yo, you ever watch Mandalorian back to back? I think I
Mhm.
was bored one day looking for something on, and I did it. I was like, yo,
Yeah,
that's right. You watch this joint back to back. It's 100. I mean, it's good, but it's better.
yeah, it is.
I
It
mean,
is.
just knock them all off.
My perception is that Andor could have been better as a movie, but a really long movie. But I really like shows. Like I'm really digging shows for the fact that they're like 15-hour long movies. I mean, I think we've all seen a movie that we've been like, man, I wish that I want more, and then we get a sequel, and then but it's great to have like a really fleshed out story that is of the quality of a feature film, but as long as a TV series, as much depth and detail as a TV series. And maybe the next couple episodes, um, we'll bring that together. You know what I'm saying? Visually, the show looks fantastic at this point. The press releases and the advertisement campaigns have turned the production of the show into a selling point. They've actually done, and lately, Star Wars shows have been using the volume to shoot entire seasons in it. And the volume is a great tool, but it also feels limited when you realize that it becomes very noticeable and makes most environments feel empty. Andor goes the opposite way and goes for full realism by building huge sets and extending these sets and using good old fashioned, green screens. It costs a lot more, but it does look a fuck of a lot better than just
Who you
CGI.
telling, bro?
Yeah.
Bro, who you telling?
Visual effects are so far also quite solid. And the score by Nichols Bertel fits perfectly with the show's tone and visuals. It is still very early in episode 1 to make like an opinion on the secondary characters like Adriana or Adria or Jonah Arjona is Bix, and she seems fine, nothing really amazing, but Kyle Solar as Cyril seems like the standout, maybe also a character that could generate some of the best storylines in this show. Um, Nor digital sets are ruining movies. I'm telling you, bro. It's all about practical effects, man. I love the physical effects, the real costumes, the real special effects, makeup, all of that stuff with like CGI accents. Like they use the CGI to just make it look a little more real, whatever, or bring some, something that they couldn't really do in real life. That's fine. Like CGI is a great tool. I just hate when they overuse it and it's all that's there,
Yeah.
you know. So, but yeah, that's
So,
that
so you definitely like the green screen better.
the way that it's been used in this, and it's not so much. I mean, yeah, eh, it's not the green. It's not the green screen by itself. Like when they do, don't get me wrong, when they do a movie like the prequels where it's only a green screen, there's nothing real there. It's just a big green room, and the actors in there, they don't know what they're looking at. They're just in this big green room, and they've gotta
Right.
imagine everything there. You don't get as good of a performance out of the actor. It can end up looking, like, cheapy and fake because the actor is pretending, more than they normally should have to, and so,
Right.
yeah, I think real sets are better than green screens, but if you've got to do something visual, a green screen is better than just taking it out completely and making a cartoon in its place,
Mm,
like a CGI would be.
interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, either way, I
Hold
don't
on.
know. I'm good as long as it just doesn't look fake. Like you know how you get the old movies, they'll be
Mhm.
driving in the car, you'll see the back, and the guy's just sitting there doing this. You see the thing moving and flapping all over. You be like, you know that's
Yeah.
fake. Like as long as it's not
Right.
like that, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm good. I can,
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know,
for
I'm
sure.
I'm talking Sky. It's got to be Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow. That was good.
Right.
That was all. That was all green screen. That was
Mhm.
all green screen. So the
Yeah.
whole movie was shot in green screen,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they let you know that's what it is.
Right.
But it's good.
Right. Yeah, if it's done right, it's done right. But so again, they gave us 3 episodes. So the second episode review, um Andor keeps promising a story that should feel more serious and darker than any other to date. And it seems that with the second episode, the show keeps delivering on that promise. It is really nice to see Star Wars taking itself seriously for once. The Disney brand has really turned the franchise into a more family-friendly property than ever before, and it makes sense. Family properties sell tons of toys and merchandise, and let's be honest, that's the main goal of Star Wars has always been to sell toys. But it is pleasant to see that the property can deliver something different, something for the more mature fan. As the press junkets for the show keep going out, it is truly impressive to see that most members of the cast are fans of Rogue One, and I think that's
Mm,
important. I think that you should be a fan, at least know something about the project you're working on. Hiring people that don't know about Star Wars to create Star Wars projects is foolish,
that's not the
and
answer.
it's what
No.
they've been doing. But yeah, and Rogue One, like I've said before, I think you've said it's one of my favorite Star Wars movies of all. It's my third. I have three. Is it Empire Strikes Back is my favorite. Revenge of
Mine
the
too.
Sith is my second favorite, and Rogue One
Okay.
is my third favorite. Yeah, and then I go back to
Mm,
the originals. Then I go back to the originals. But yeah, that's how that rocks for me. And that film is
mine
easily something special among the recent Star Wars efforts. I think it's the best recent movie, obviously out of the sequel trilogy, out of Solo. It's
Mhm.
definitely the best of the newer movies since the prequels, and it took its premise seriously, and it delivered almost every single aspect: action, emotion, themes, and even a good dose of fan service, and even stuff for kids. It was all there, and so far, Andor doesn't really have any sort of fan service at this point, which is fine, but it doesn't really deliver in any of the other aspects either yet. Right now, in episode 2. It seems like Andor is gonna be a big, slow burn. Again, that's not a complaint at all. That's kind of what I'm into. I like spy stuff. I like stuff that slow builds. This is a more mature show. If you're a kid, if you're a young person, or if you're looking for swashbuckling and lightsaber battles, Andor is not your show.
Yeah, you're not gonna find it there.
Yeah. But if you've grown, and matured with your Star Wars, and for me, I read a lot of the books and the comics and the video game, and so all that stuff to me is the better part of Star Wars. The movies are great, but I love the books, like where they get deep into stuff. And obviously, I think this is going to be more like a book would be, with a more story based versus action adventure based uh content. And knowing that season 2 is basically already in production must mean that Disney executives like what they've seen, and that is their advantage.
Mhm.
And with so many episodes that they've got planned, uh, that's saying a fuck of a lot that they're already doing season 2. And they've seen most of it, if not all the episodes, while audience will have to, wait one per week. Episode 2 confirms that Gilroy and his team of filmmakers are making one big movie that has been cut into several episodes. Instead of approaching each episode separately
And
and
separately, yeah,
trying to make each episode as good as it can be, in itself, like a self-contained little mini movie. They're not really doing that here. At least that's how it looks so far. It seems like I said they filmed like a 15-hour movie, and they're just gonna give it to us in sections each week. And that's cool. That's like that's kind of like what I like about uh scripted drama. Like I said, ever since The Sopranos came out, HBO started doing more serious TV shows that were like miniature movies. And of that, we got Game of Thrones as kind of the culmination of all that. So I couldn't be more excited for the way that they're doing this. And you know the first 2 episodes share a lot of I mean, they share like 0 plot progression, which is very strange. The episodes really feel like they could have been a single one, but like I said, I think that's more it's like they cut it
yeah,
in, you know. And maybe
yeah, they
that's the
do.
reason that they're being
But
released
that's good though. That's good though, because a lot of times you'll watch something and then they'll give you a recap, and then when they start it, it's like, all right, whoa, wait a minute, you just talked about something totally different. Like
right,
let's pick up where we left off. Like that's what it feels like to me when I watched it. Like it's like, all right, we're gonna pick up where we left off in the last one.
right.
That's how I feel. That's how I felt when I watched it.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know how everybody else felt, but that's exactly how I felt. But it was good, and they do kind of go back to back with each other.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
and they give you a recap, they give you an intro, but for the most part, it's still good, man. It's just it does seem like it's just one big movie. He said, well, Empire Strikes
Yeah, that's
Back,
good.
Return of the Jedi, episode
Yeah.
1, 4 minutes. Mine, see, I would have to see. I go Star Wars. Well, I go Empires first. Empire's my best. That's the best one.
Mhm.
And then I will go Star Wars, A New Hope. And then I would go Rogue One. And then I would go Return. I would go the second movie of the prequels. Then I would do
Oh, Attack of the Clones?
Attack of the Clones was good. Then I would go to Revenge of the Sith, and then the first one. And
Yeah.
then after that, it get kind of shaky. I can definitely throw Solo on the end of that. Um, but
Solo?
after
You
that,
like Solo? You like
Solo
Solo?
was good, bro. I thought Solo
Uh,
was alright, man. Thought Solo was alright. Listen, it was better than Force Awakens. It was better than uh, yeah, Solo was better than Force Awakens to me.
fuck no.
Well,
Okay.
no, because
Now,
I like Force
better than
Awakens.
the other 2. Yeah.
I gotta put Solo before Force Awakens, but Force Awakens makes my list. But if I had to put them in order
I
with
would go like Force Awakens, then Solo, then Last Jedi, then whatever the fuck that 3rd one was. But yeah, it pretty much the same. But yeah,
yeah, I mean,
yeah,
but all of them had their ups and downs and their lefts
yeah.
and rights. But to me, the best one is Empire. And then my second best one would have to be Rogue One.
Yeah.
Between Rogue One and New Hope, they kind of go neck and neck. But Rogue One, if I had to pick one, I'd go Rogue One then New Hope because Empire
Yeah.
was probably my favorite.
Rogue One,
Empire was my favorite
every
of all the
a lot of
Star
people
Wars trilogy.
a lot of people pick Empire as their favorite. I think Empire is definitely the best. It's got all the cool shit, like the most eventful. I mean, you find out, yeah, it's epic. Um, but as for Andor, like I said, maybe the reason that they gave us these 3 episodes together is because they really were a long. I don't know why they just don't make the hour-long episodes. Why do they? You know what I
You
mean? Like,
get
why do
30
they
minutes. I know.
have to
Why we
make
get
these
30 minutes? I
like,
know.
just
I don't know, bro. I
just to
don't
give
know.
us more episodes? Like, I'd rather have
I don't
7
know.
hour-long episodes than 15 30-minute episodes, but who knows
That I
why they're
agree with.
doing it. Disney and a lot of other streaming services are using this strategy of several episodes being released as the series premiere. But with Andor, it feels like this was the only way to premiere the series. I don't think they could have done it just by releasing episode 1. It would have been like, what? And I imagine that the releasing, um, these first 2 episodes, 1 week apart from each other would have been a big mistake. If Disney Plus had released the first 2 episodes separately, it's my guess that a lot of members of the audience wouldn't have reached the third episode. The story feels stretched out to the maximum. Episode 3 should really change gears and start developing the story or take things in a different direction, which I'll get to in a second. And it's not that the show is bad, but it it could have been presented differently. But I'm not complaining. I'm just giving a totally thorough, honest critique. Andor seasons 1 and 2 are gonna run 12 episodes each, and if 2 episodes, if the first 2 episodes are any indication of what is coming in the future, we could say that maybe the show should have been 6 episodes per season, and they should have been an hour long each. Again, everything could change in the future, and let's hope that's the case. Tony Gilroy can be a fantastic writer, but something tells me someone should have done some edits to the scripts, maybe. But thankfully, the acting is superb. The characters are beginning to be drawn quite a bit more. Cassian remains the same, but the character of Bix is taking shape into someone that is more interesting. The character that has a deep conflict of interest between them, the life that she wants and the one she needs. And but I think it's Cyril, the character that keeps standing out from the rest. In the previous episode, he was introduced as a very strict member of the Imperial Police. He looked confident and ready to go to war. And in this episode, the second one rather, things have changed quite a bit, and now Cyril feels doubtful and fearful. And it seems that this mission that he's on is his first time going out into the actual field instead of overseeing everything from his officer's desk that he's used to. And it's been
Mm.
a great bit of characterization, and makes Cyril the best fleshed out character so far, I think. Um, Stellan Skarsgård's character is also getting introduced in this episode, but he barely talks, and so we don't really know his name yet. And it seems like this story will become, it will come, crashing down with Andor's, his. I think that they're going to collide, and it's something I think we should watch for. Another interesting bit is the flashback to Cassian's childhood, back to his home planet of Canary. In the flashback, we see Cassian as a kid in what seems to be his first contact with the Empire. It's like a moment that will certainly define his life and that also molds him into serving the creation of the rebellion. Episode 2 keeps things the same and barely advances the plot or the characters. Maybe episode 3 will round up these 3 episodes into a nice package, but at this point, so far, it's taking a while to tell the story. Um, let's just jump into season or episode 3. So I just want to, because I wrote these separately, as I watched them. But this
Well,
review for the third episode,
episode two, if I may intervene,
Yeah, please.
It was like you said. It was when you watch it. Okay, in episode one, he he's looking for somebody. He goes, and then he gets into it with two guys, kills them both, and
Mhm.
then he spends the whole length of episode one trying to cover it up or trying to draw the heat away from himself. But in episode two, you see how everything he does is just not panning out. Like there is
Right.
he's trying to cover his tracks. He's trying to say, well, I wasn't there, I wasn't. And then they show little flashbacks of when he was a kid, which I didn't get until the third episode
Mm. Mhm.
and that's what I like because now it shows it like at the same time they're giving you his story moving forward, they're giving
Yeah.
you his backstory. So they
Yeah.
keep flashing back to his backstory, and in episode two, they kind of run pace for pace with everything bad that happened to him in his childhood is almost like the same pace that is happening to him in his adult life. So they
Yeah.
keep kind of flashing back and forth with that.
Mhm.
In episode two, he actually starts making preparations because he knows that they're gonna figure out what he did in episode one. He knows it, and so
Right.
he's making preparations to get out of Dodge. Because he's like,
Mhm.
"Look, I can't stay here. I gotta go." And he's making prep. He's making preparations, and they show him doing it, and they show him getting prepared to an Imperial ship had crashed on the planet where he was from when he was a kid.
Right.
So in episode two, they show them getting prepared. They're putting on war paint to go see the crashed ship,
Right.
but then they show him preparing to go to the ship like he's preparing to leave the planet. So they running that neck and neck, and they keep flashing back, and they flash
Yeah.
forward, they flash back, and they flash forward, and it's dope the way they do it, and
Yeah.
it keeps on pace.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then it ends, boom. So now we get to episode three, where everything's supposed to go down the way it's supposed to go down, and that's where episode three, and they're still doing the same flashback, they're still doing the same flash, it's keeping
Mhm.
pace
Yeah.
with everything that's going on now, and it was phenomenal the way they did it because if you go back to episode one, it was sort of like a slow roll. Episode two
Mhm.
is a little faster, and by the end of episode three, we rolling, baby.
Yeah.
It's on the pop,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And I like the way it was paced and the way that they staggered. I mean, I like the way it was staggered, but I like the way they kept pace with his childhood. Like we don't have like we're not gonna get an episode where they flash all the way back to his childhood and we got to sit there and watch that. No, they
No.
got that out the
No.
way in these first three
Yeah.
episodes.
Yeah.
They show you how everybody like and it even shocked me too how there's an older woman, I forget her name, and he's lived with her. They show how she found him. Like I thought it was different. I didn't know what role the woman played in his life because they don't tell you
Mhm.
until you see the flashback, and then you see that she was the one that saved him and
Right.
and, and took him in. I was like, oh man, I was like, wow, look at that.
Uh,
Yeah. So once you see that, you're like, oh, and I love the way they did that because now, like I said, I don't have to sit here and watch a whole episode where they flash all the way back to his childhood and then they talk about all of that. Nah, they move. This story is moving along, and I like that. I like the way it's moving along. I like
yeah.
the pace of it. I like the fact that if they do go back to his past, they run it concurrent with what he's doing in the present. Um,
Mhm.
I'm hoping they show us how he met KSO and got KSO on his
Yeah.
side and all that, because um,
That's my dude.
and it wouldn't be. Listen, it wouldn't be Andor without KSO.
Nah.
You gotta, yeah, we
I
gotta
was
get KSO.
I was definitely looking for KSO, man. I was like,
Yeah,
yo, they gotta have my dude in here. Cause yeah, that was one of my favorite characters in Rogue One, straight up. Um and I got the little action figure and all of that, man. Like I had to get him. He was dope. Um but but episode 3, so yeah, well, I kind of reviewed that like I said separately. But the first 3 episodes of Andor really come together as one whole think, you know, like thanks to this third episode, they come together. And episode 3 gives us a series of great action sequences and also a foreboding sense of atmosphere that will, surely give the rest of the show its propulsion that it needs to carry the story to the end of its, 2-season run. And director Toby Haynes really pulls it off by giving us a first quarter, that could have been trimmed out here and there, but nevertheless has been quite good. Stellan Skarsgård character is all the show needed to transform into something greater than what it has shown in the first 2 episodes. Did this climax need 2 episodes where the story progressed basically nothing? No, it didn't need them. What happens here in the episode 3 seems enough to serve as Cassian's character as a jumping point for the rest of the series. Episode 2 really feels like it could have been cut and nothing would have changed. But we can only hope, for the next episodes are more like this one and less like episode 2, which I'm sure they will be. From here on out, the series will be released just 1 episode a week, so they're gonna have to make the episodes make more sense, or be more self-contained. And the next episodes need to feel more like something meaningful is happening every time, or people will lose patience, and it could possibly hurt the ratings and leave the series. But we'll keep covering the show, of course, but we can only hope that Tony Gilroy and his team of filmmakers had this release strategy in mind when it came to writing and shooting the episodes, because pacing can really kill the momentum of a story. And what could have been, what could have been great could end up being remembered as terrible. Either way, episode 3 is the best, I think, so far of this first batch. And it's all thanks to the arrival of Luthen, a character that is definitely more than meets the eye. And his name says it all. It reminds us of the historical figure of Luther, who once stood against the church and led a separatist movement that ended up being the Protestant church we know today. And as Luthen, the one who will ignite the flame of rebellion everywhere, we have to wait and see. But he certainly thinks that he can ignite that flame in Andor, a character who, for the moment, doesn't believe in anything, not yet.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Yeah.
And
And
they show how he does kind of wins him over in the
yeah,
3rd episode. They
yeah,
show how it kind of wins him over because
yeah,
they don't trust each other. They're in this warehouse. They're arguing about the aesthetics of the environment and how he got something that he wanted, and they're sitting there going back and forth about it. The guy's telling him like, look, when you're doing something like this, you don't have time for this.
right.
Okay, look, get what you got to get, do what you got to do, and this is how it's going to go down. And he
Mhm.
studied, he's asking him questions and he's telling him, but he's teaching him and you can tell he's teaching him at the same, but also interviewing because
Right,
you can tell he kind of digs him a little bit,
right.
and you can just tell like the way they interact, and then they wind up getting into a little skirmish together, and the rest was history, man. But it was
Yeah,
good though. Just the way it was presented, it was good. It
hell
was
yeah,
good.
yeah,
It was
dude.
brilliant,
I mean,
brilliant,
like,
brilliant.
I know I'm being very critical of things, but I'm just trying to be thorough. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I'm fully enjoying this show. This is the best show so far, in my opinion, since Mandalorian, easily, without question. And it might be as good, every bit as good as Mandalorian. We have to wait and see. It's that good that it could be as good. Um, we have to wait and see, though. And this episode really pushes all the actors' acting buttons, and the performances are great. And I think that's one thing that makes this show stand out, even above, even above Mandalorian. Like, the acting quality and stuff like that is on another level with this show. And Diego Luna keeps being the dashing and always interesting Cassian Andor, and he gets to flex his acting muscles in this episode. Skarsgård is fascinating as well. His voice resounds every time he speaks, making you feel like that you need to listen attentively, or you're going to miss something very important. And Adria Ajorna also makes an impression by transforming her character into something more intriguing. And what happens to her will surely have repercussions in the future. Kyle Solar keeps being the highlight of the show. In previous episodes, he was shown as this image of the perfect Imperial officer, committed to the cause, ready to go to battle and crush, the insect who dare commit crimes while under imperial rule. Dare they?
Yes, he did.
Uh,
Yes, he
and,
did.
and Cyril receives a waking up call during this episode. He's not brave. He doesn't understand what is happening, and he's not ready to fight a war. The way the character falls apart at the end of the episode is great, and we have to wait and see if he can rebuild himself later in the season.
Yeah, because in the beginning, his boss told him, "Let it go. Make up
Hmm.
a story about how these guys died. Just say they got into a skirmish and it ended wrong. Like whatever."
Right,
He said because
right.
he said one, they weren't where they're supposed to be. Two, they were doing stuff that they weren't supposed to be doing. Three, they were in a brothel drinking and alcohol that's illegal that they're not even supposed to have. Like everything they did was
Yeah.
wrong, and they wound up and died. And so he was like, "Look, let it go." And he said, "I gotta go." He said, "We got an imperial audit. We don't want," and he said it. He said, "We don't want to have sin. They want to know about crime, and we don't want to tell them that there's any crime because he said because now they might mess around and send some imperials out this way."
Yes.
So
Be
he
careful.
leaves, but then the officer takes over and he keeps pursuing it. And
Hmm.
now and now it went from bad to worse because now, you lost people, this, it was supposed to be a smooth operation, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
So now you're right. It is going to be interesting to see what happens to him, you
Hmm.
know, later on because he should have just left well enough alone.
Exactly. And in Andor's flashback also comes to a resolution and serves as a pretty cute reflection of what is happening in the present time, like you said, and the thematic development of him leaving his home planets for the first time seems a bit fuzzy and unclear, and the flashback only serves to explain how Cassian got to be with Marava, why he's looking for his sister. But because Cassian is a non-character in this flashback, the resonance feels a bit empty. And if maybe Kid Cassian had been given a personality, then it would have been better, as it would have made his transformation into how he is now in the present. It just seemed like he didn't change much. But this episode also feels like a big step up in terms of visuals. There was a very entertaining and visually interesting action sequence in the middle of the episode involving chains that really takes the cake. I'm really trying to not spoil anything with these reviews, so I'm just sort of being general as possible. Also, many of the ships and the environments feel more detailed and more alive. The show's really trying to make each scenario as expansive as possible because it wants us to feel like we're closer to the people. And the rebellion's entire existence is on the shoulders of the people and their will to live in freedom. Um, I think episode 3 is as good closure for this part of the series as we're gonna get. And I think it does a great job. The pace between all 3 episodes could have been a little better, and episode 2 feels like filler, but if the rest of the series manages to be just like these episodes, then Andor could end up being one of the big surprises of the year, and one of the best Star Wars shows that we've ever had.
Agreed.
And yes, and so is like I said, it's developed by Tony Gilroy, who handled the reshoots for Rogue One. And Andor follows the style of Rogue One and delivers as a Star Wars TV series that feels very much like the most serious the property has ever been. This more serious tone really feels refreshing, as the sequel trilogy and other Star Wars TV shows like The Mandalorian retain a lot of humor among the elements that make it work. The first 3 episodes of Andor have been, in summary, have had a very nice synergy between them. They work as a series prologue, and they spend most of their time setting up characters and Cassian's motivation to leave his home planet and join the rebels. Episode 2 feels more like filler, and all 3 episodes could have been combined into one big 1-hour episode, and it could have been so much better. But Disney wants to
Yeah.
be they want to they want you to be a subscriber for longer. So more episodes seems like the solution that they've come up with to keep people watching and keep their subscriptions alive. Bottom line, guys, that's all it's ever. Listen, they'll never. Why wouldn't they make an hour episode? There's just no reason.
Right. There's no reason. Right.
Other
Right. Even when we get the Marvel stuff, I mean, it's what 30 minutes, 40. Like, come
Yeah,
on. There's no, and that's with no commercials. Like, you
right.
like, dang. Like, even if you put this on regular TV, it still would be less than an hour
Oh yeah.
because there's no. Yeah, you'd have to show a lot more commercials to stretch it
Mhm.
out to an hour. I don't get it. I
Yeah.
mean, I,
All
I
right.
mean, I guess they, like you said,
Oh,
subscriptions. If that's what
that's
it's
what it
for,
is. Yep.
then give us hour episodes, but give us more quality content visually, and you won't have to worry about subscribers because they will come flocking.
Yeah, it's, clearly it's the strategy. Like for example, Netflix, when they have a series, they put every episode out at one time.
Yes, they do.
And that personally, as a customer, makes me happy. That makes me feel that Netflix respects me and my ability to determine when I need to watch something and how much of it I can, consume.
Absorb. Yep. At one time, yeah.
And it makes me feel like they're not trying to scam me or con me into remaining a member. And then guess what? I remain a member. But if
But
you
Reno,
it
Disney, I don't know why, Reno, but they love to nickel and dime you
Mhm.
and try to squeeze every penny out of you they can get. Remember when they came out with? Remember when Nintendo came out with the Amiibos? It was a big hit. Everyone was like
Oh,
Amiibo,
yeah.
and they still are.
You
Amiibos are
are.
still a big hit. People
Yeah.
love Amiibos, but that's because Nintendo didn't nickel and dime you. They put them all out. They gave them to you. They put them out in succession. They gave you every character they can give you for every game.
Yeah.
Different, poses and versions of characters.
Remember Disney
But then,
Infinity?
I was getting ready to say, and then Disney was like, "Wait a minute, that went over well. We can do
Disney?
Disney Infinity, and we'll
Yeah.
do the same thing. We'll give everybody these cute little characters." But it was doing well, and then Disney made a mistake.
I bought
The
all of
next
them.
year, they came out with Disney Infinity 2.0, which meant that the disc you had, the game you had, and everything didn't even work with the 2.0 figures.
Yep.
Now, Nintendo was like, look, our amiibos work with everything, no
Yep.
matter what it is. And then people stopped buying Disney Infinity because they were like, oh, if this is what they're going to do, I'm not paying for this every year.
Bro, my
I'm
son
not
was so into
spending
that. I still have
mine
all the
too.
Disney. I got a
We
box,
still got ours too. Yep, we got a
all the
box.
Disney. And you know what else? That too, and the other one. What was the other one with the monsters? You could combine them.
Oh, that was Monster.
Anyway, we got all
I
those
forgot
too.
the
Yeah,
name.
we got all them shits too. That
Hang
was a
on, man.
cool
I'll
little
tell you
game.
in a second.
Skylanders. That's what
But
Skylanders.
Skylanders. But I'm gonna tell you something about Skylanders. A little known fact. Did you know that the people that made Skylanders, it was Activision, I think it was. Um, they pitched that to everybody, and everybody told them no. It was like,
Yeah,
nah, this is just not gonna go well. It's not
yeah,
gonna go over. Who's gonna pay for that? Who's gonna
right.
keep paying for all these little figures? They go to Nintendo, and Nintendo's like, shit, we think it's a great idea. As a matter of fact, we got a better idea to go with it. Let's make an interactive game with it, and we'll just keep putting out content, and they
Mhm,
just keep buying figures to go with this new content. But you're never gonna have to. Yeah, that's how they made Spyro. Yeah,
mhm.
and it was Nintendo and Activision, and then when it became big, PlayStation got it, then Xbox got it, and they were the first ones to tell them no.
I
People were
think
buying Wii's.
we had it
Yeah,
on
people were buying
Xbox.
Wii. Yeah, people were buying Wii's just to get it, just to play it. And then when Disney came out with Disney Infinity, everybody loved it. It was a great idea, but Disney did with that what they did with their service. They tried to nickel and dime you, and
Right.
people just wasn't going for it. They're like, nah, I got to pay for 2.0 next year, and then my 2.0 characters don't work. My 1.0 characters don't work on the 2.0, and vice versa. Like, you should have just gave me one game and just let me keep buying characters.
Right.
I'm not gonna keep buying a whole new starter pack every year for like $80.
Yeah, that
how it
was
happened.
ridiculous. It was like they had like you said, they had seasons. Like it was like season 1, season 2, season 3
Two,
with
right. It was
Infinity.
every year was another one. Disney Infinity 2.0,
Yeah,
Disney
you
Infinity
had to buy
3.0.
the new thing to it, and we did. We bought all that shit, man. And
Bro, we stopped after 1 point. We got a couple for 2.0. I bought 2.0.
I think we got
Um,
3. Whatever we went up until they stopped making them. Like we got all of
how
them.
far did they go? We stopped at like
I
2.
think they went to 3. I think 4 was they were
They did
talking
go,
about doing 4, and then they never did.
yeah, because it
Whichever
died
one,
down.
yeah, whichever was the
They,
last one, they were gonna do it. They gave models like 3D models of the figures and all of that, but then it just never came out. They canceled it before it came out.
so, and I've never seen Entity kill their own franchise. Like, they had something good going with Disney Infinity.
Right,
And
right.
they should have just left it, but they didn't. And people was like, nah, I'm not shelling out $80 plus new characters
We just
to
saw
do
this.
everybody's new.
We just saw DC slash their own fucking franchise. It's like a
Right.
fad now.
Like a
Something that's
fat,
done.
right. Yeah, bro. So I mean, like I said, it was a good idea. We still got our Disney Infinity characters. But
Mhm.
that's about it. They're collecting dust now. but but it's what we got, man. I think I even still got the disc. I think I still got the Infinity disc for the Wii that we can plug up and play. But my son
Mhm.
loved it. He put the character on the joint and boom, it
Yep.
popped on the TV screen and he played with it. Oh, he loved
Yeah.
it, man.
Oh
You can
yeah.
take them off. Yeah, you can take them off and swap them out. But
Yeah. I didn't understand what was keeping them still playing this shit. Seemed boring to me, but they loved it.
well, you had well,
Running
you know what
around in
did
the
it
hub.
big for them? Star Wars when they bought out the Star Wars one,
Yeah.
and then they
Yeah.
bought out the Avengers. Cause you could actually
Marvel,
switch.
yeah. We were
Yeah,
doing all
they
the
had an
Marvel and
Avengers
Star
joint.
Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, I think I have. Yeah, I think I got a couple of them right here. Yep. Yep. These are 2 of them right here. That's Disney Infinity right there.
Yeah, those are Star Wars joints. Is that Chewbacca and Ahsoka?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and look how dope they are,
And
man.
they're
When you look
and
at
they're
them,
nice. Yeah, they're really
yeah,
well
yeah,
done.
yeah. And Disney
Yeah,
just,
I dig them.
yeah, they wanted to nickel and dime you every year, bro. They were gonna
Mm-hmm.
get you, yeah, because you had to buy the starter pack, and the starter pack came with a disc, and then the disc had all the content for whatever they bought out. So whether it be, I don't know, My Hero, I mean, not My Hero, whether it be Big Hero 6, or whether it be Monsters Inc. or
Mm-hmm.
Incredibles, in order to play like if you wanted to do Star Wars, you had to go back to 1.0
Right.
because they didn't have Star Wars on 2.0, which didn't make sense to me. It was just dumb. Like it just didn't make sense.
Mm-mm. It crushed my heart, man. Crushed my heart.
It crushed a lot of people's hearts, bro.
Word,
A lot of people was crushed, man. Even though I
word.
still have my amiibos, and I still got some dope amiibos.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah. I do. Well, my son does. He has a bunch of them. Cool little amiibos and Disney Infinities and all that shit. Trying to get his ass to bring me some, but I guess he's
oh, the amiibos. Hang on, I got a couple. Hang on, I'll show you a couple amiibos. Show you some good ones. I got a couple rare ones too. I can show you, man. It really knock socks off.
uh let's see. Oh, did you watch the Rings of Power? Let's see did you watch the Rings of Power?
Did I watch Rings of Power? Yeah, yeah. Rings of Power is getting good. It's getting real good. Amiibo wise, we got Cloud Fantasy, but I can use this in any Nintendo game
Mm-hmm.
to get power ups,
Right.
certain weapons, certain things.
That's
If I
dope.
use it in a game that
Cloud.
it's made for, yeah. If I use it
Right.
in a game that it's made for, I get even better things. But Then we got Princess Zelda. Yeah. And I bought
Dope.
this for the Legend of Zelda.
Dope.
Then we got my all-time favorite, Star Fox.
Star Fox. That's dope.
It's,
The amiibos, what do you call it? Are way more detailed than the Disney Infinities.
you think so? And then this is from Legend of Zelda.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
Uh,
they are. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they
yeah,
are
they're
way more.
very detailed. Norm
This is
Rad. So you think that's gonna be the Balrog, the old man? That's interesting.
that is interesting.
Yeah,
I
I
thought
didn't
he was
see
gonna be
the.
one of the wizards. I thought he
Yeah,
was gonna
me
be one of
too.
the wizards. Yeah.
Yeah, I where is it? It's
And then
something.
last but not least, you know who this is, right? This is
Oh wait, from Metroid.
it's Kraid. That's right.
Yeah, that is sharp. Yeah, those amiibos are some of the coolest figures, dude. They have some of the best. What do you call it? Some of the best detail. Yeah, no, that is a sound. That is a sound. What you call it?
He thinks
NORAD.
it's going. He thinks dude is gonna be the Balrog.
I mean,
I don't know.
he's got a sound reasoning behind it. I don't know. I can't say he's wrong.
Oh no, I don't know at all because I couldn't tell you who he is.
It's hard to
He
say.
hasn't. Yeah, it's hard to say. Yeah, he didn't say his name. He didn't say anything. So
Hope you didn't have to go through too much to get him. Oh,
is that all your Disney affinities right there, man?
yeah,
Y'all some lucky jokers if y'all still. Y'all
bro.
got how many did you get? How many did you have? How many did you get?
Watch, watch this. Hold on, I'm gonna show you something. Keep in mind, every one of these is like $20,
Yeah, you got about $5,000 worth of Disney affinities,
bro. All the Marvel shits, the
Nova.
all the Marvels, all the Star Wars, you name it, and then the Skylanders. These are all the Skylanders. All Skylanders, Guardians of the Galaxy, Star Wars. What do you call it? Pirates of the Caribbean, and just in fucking Incredibles. What do you call it? Yeah, the whole little family and shit. Big Hero 6, like you were saying, Big Hero 6.
Yeah, we got Big Hero 6.
All the Avengers, Iron Man, Iron Fist, Leia.
We got Spyro.
Monsters Inc.
Yeah, we got Monsters Inc. Yeah.
What you call them? Ducky.
That one I never seen. That's
The
one I
little
never saw.
tiny, the what you call them? Skylanders came in all different sizes and shit.
Yeah, Skylanders is. I'm
And then they
glad
came
my
with
kids.
these. You had to get these were like your little thing, and then these were something else. They there was all kinds of shit. Then you had bases like we still got all this shit.
Buzz, yep. Yeah, Buzz. We had Ronin, yep. We had everybody. We had most of the Marvel. We had most of the Marvel. We had Iron Man. Or yep, we had Falcon.
My boy right there from Rebels. But yeah. That was a whole era right there. It was a whole era. My Zartan lizard. That's my Zartan right there. That's Zartan right there. It's a chameleon, and he's the most vicious chameleon you ever saw in your life. See that? That's a chameleon. Yeah, I thought chameleons were like mad docile and mad like gentle because they seem like that. And no, Zartan, like like the GI Joe, the chameleon, GI Joe, Zartan. Yeah, but yeah, generally they're he's still like in a pose right now. Uh I don't know why. Like, I don't know why. I always but like when I get him out of the cage, out of the tank, he's fine. Like when I put him in my hand and stuff, he walks around, he's cool. But when you're reaching in his tank to get him to get him, he does not like that shit. Like you see, he will bite the shit out your ass. So I put on like a glove and I reach in, I get him, and then I put him on my arm, and then he's fine. So, but I don't know. I think he just you coming into his domain. He doesn't know what the fuck it
Right,
is.
right. I was going to say that. Yeah, he's like, wait a minute, man. You all up in my space. You invade. You know, what I mean,
Word.
6 feet. You know, he
Mhm.
probably like 6 feet, brother. What's going on?
Word. Give me my space, homie.
He's like 6 feet.
No, I had a really great
He look
thing
like he
about.
got bigger. He look like he got bigger, you know.
Oh yeah, bro. He's really gotten bigger, quite a bit, quite a
Yeah,
bit.
yeah. He look like he got huge. I'm like,
Yeah, he's
damn.
grown a lot. He's grown a lot. When I got him, I think he was like that big. Now he's like that big.
Now, how long did he live?
Um, what is it? Here, let me find out. Five to 10 years. Yeah, this is 5 to 10 years. That's a pretty big gap, but yeah, 5 to 10 years. Jackson's chameleons in captivity. 5 years. Panther chameleons. 2 to 3 years. Panther chameleon birthing female. Actually, I have a veiled chameleon, so that's not even
That
one
might
of
be like
those.
30 years. I mean, like 30 years. You be feeding Zartan 30 years from now.
Yeah, the reptiles don't live that long, bro. 5 years, probably 5 years. Yeah, veiled chameleons on average live about 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's got another 4 years of life to go. About a year old.
Okay. Now,
Sorry.
have you ever tried to give him spotted lantern flies?
Pick it up. Yeah, no, I haven't. I've only given him crickets. Because I don't want the flies getting away and like flying all around and shit and laying eggs in the house. Like they're too little. They escape through the creases. Yeah.
What the spider? No, when they get bigger, you should give it to him when they get bigger. See if he eat them.
You're talking about flies, right?
No, spotted lantern flies. You ever see them? But they haven't
Oh no.
invaded Virginia. They haven't invaded your area yet.
Oh, okay. No. No, I don't think so. Where is my fucking
But I'm just hoping that Andor keeps up this pace. Where I'm hoping that it keeps going the way it's going. I have
Yeah.
no complaints, like I did with Obi-Wan, like I did with Book of Boba Fett. But
No, definitely.
I never had complaints about Mandalorian. Mandalorian was always good for me.
Absolutely.
What I never could understand was why they didn't take the formula from Mandalorian and say, wait a minute, we struck gold here and make all the shows like that. They should have just made like, look, we got to stick
Yeah.
as close to Star Wars as we can. But for some reason, they keep trying to go away from it, and people are not feeling it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you never can tell, man. Where's Rings of Power right now? Is it on 4 or 3? I meant yeah, 4 or 5.
It's the same. They have the same amount of episodes out as Game of Thrones. I mean, not Game of Thrones. Dragon, Fire and
Yeah,
Blood.
Fire
The
and
same amount
Blood.
of same amount of episodes. So Wherever Fire and Blood, I think Fire and Blood is what, fourth going on five. So it's the same thing for Rings of Power.
Wings of Power just did episode 4. Um and yeah, and House of the Dragon did just did 4 too, I think. Where are you? Where are you, bastard?
Well, it's only 8 episodes.
Okay,
Period,
House of the
for the Rings
Dragon
of Power.
just House of
But
the
they
Dragon
just
just
dropped
did
in.
5, and
So
how
they just
and Rings,
dropped in 4. They're
yeah,
only on 4. And they got
yes,
4 more to go. Yeah, they got 4 more to go. And they dropped 4 already.
yeah.
So 8 episodes in all. On the 4th episode. I don't know if the dude's gonna beat the dialogue. That's a good theory. But he hasn't revealed who he is or what he is. He said he kept showing him a star constellation. And then I thought he was dying. I literally thought he was dying for a minute.
Yeah, yeah. I had it.
But
I had it. I just can't find it right now. I totally had the whole breakdown. I wrote it down. Like I had a totally like fleshed out science on who it was, but I cannot find my thing right now.
I thought it would be one of the wizards, like
Yeah,
Saruman
that's
or
what I thought it would
Gandalf.
be. Gandalf.
It can't be Radagast because Radagast is short and the guy is really tall.
Oh,
So and Gandalf was always tall.
I
So
found it.
I don't. So I couldn't tell you, man. I couldn't tell you.
Okay. Wait a minute. Here it is.
Shout out to anybody in the chat. Give us your best guess to who you guys think it is.
All right. So after the meteor crashes, the naked dude, bearded man emerges. That is basically enough for people to think that he's a young version of Gandalf off rip. He's down with the hobbits. He's kicking it with the hobbits. That's very Gandalf of him. So long before getting hooked on pipeweed and hanging out with hobbits, Gandalf was known as Aloran, an angelic primordial Maya spirit dwelling in Valinor. J.R.R. Tolkien writes that Olorin and his fellow Maiar, or their angels, would mingle among the elves to watch over them, fascinated by these living creations of their god, Eru Luvatar. And it's plausible, therefore, that Olorin visited Middle-earth thousands of years before returning under the Gandalf guise, because Gandalf is not his only personage, and he Tolkien writes that he's been to Middle Earth, reincarnated over the ages, but some fans disagree. Some fans believe that it's Sauron. Another fan said, "My gut says it's a misdirect. It's Gandalf's rune, but backwards. I'm thinking it's Saruman, which was the evil, the wizard that trained Gandalf, but he hadn't come before, and that's what they're forgetting. None of those other wizards, Saruman, Radagast, none of them had been around before they were who they were. Gandalf's the only one that was someone before he was Gandalf. They were Saruman, they were Radagast. That's who they always ever were. Gandalf used to be Olorin. That's why it would only work if it was Gandalf versus, out of all the wizards. Someone else wrote, surely it would have to be Sauron or one of his lieutenants. The Istari didn't appear in Middle-earth until the Third Age, after the fall of Numenor and the Last Alliance. Talking about the wizards, which is true. They didn't appear until Middle-earth, until the Third Age, as wizards. But Gandalf did appear before as Olorin, the angelic being that he was. So I think a lot of people, wondering, if he's not Gandalf, or Sauron. Balrog is I've never heard that one. That's a new one, but that's a great idea. But likely, some say it's not Gandalf. Some say, but the Meteor Man is known as the Stranger right now in the cast list. for the Rings of Power, and after the 2 episodes, we don't actually know his true identity. But there are several pieces of information from Tolkien's original work that hint at such a character appearing in the lore. And so hopefully these could provide answers to the Meteor Man's real identity. In the final scene of Rings of Power episode 1, right, you see the meteor flying across, and then the red hot rock's entry into the sky is so large, that it can be seen by most of the characters, including Elrond, Sadak Burrows, Bronwyn, Arendor. What's up? What's that? After the show? Oh, you can make them now if you want. A couple hours. The meteor crashes to the ground near Eleanor, Nori, Brandyfoot's encampment, where the hobbits are. And so the curious hobbit, appears over the edge, sees the crater, and the man laying in the middle of the flames. Episode 2, he wakes up momentarily and he screams at her, looking in her eyes, and like everything gets dark behind him, and it's verbatim. It's just like the scene when Gandalf is in the Hobbit hole in the original Lord of the Rings, and Frodo or Bilbo sort of like, yeah, he's like, I don't trust you with the ring, and he's like, bro, he's like, you take me for a cheap conjurer of tricks, and he gets real, and then everything gets dark, and he's like, oh, so that's like definitely a throwback to that scene. That's where I went, oh shit, that's Gandalf. That's why I thought it was Gandalf, because of that. But by the end of episode 2, the Meteor Man becomes even more mysterious as he talks to fireflies, who show Nori and Poppy a constellation that neither of them has seen before. And the last thing we see of the Meteor Man in episode 2 is the fireflies slowly dying off around the group, which understandably frightens Poppy. As previously noted, after the 2 episodes of Rings of Power, the true identity of the Meteor Man is still to be revealed in the TV series. And the first point of contention is Gandalf, who many fans of the original trilogy may have expected to pop up, because this is Rings of Power, and Gandalf is a main stay. However, Gandalf as Gandalf only appears in Middle Earth around the 10th century of the Third Age. So, and whereas Rings of Power is set in the Second Age, several thousands of years before his appearance as Gandalf. Therefore, the series won't compress thousands of years worth of lore established in Tolkien's original work against canon. Gandalf is certainly not the Meteor Man as Gandalf, but that doesn't mean he's not Olorin or a earlier incarnation of Gandalf. I think that's sort of the point. The Strange is also likely not to be Sauron, because the Dark Lord is still reforming his powers in the darkness during this time period. As noted by Polygon, Sauron returns to Middle Earth 500 years into the Second Age, skulking around like a bad smell, adding how entering Middle Earth as a meteor for all to see is not very Dark Lord move, considering his affiliation to secrecy. So it can't be. It's not going to be Sauron. Plus, we know Sauron appears, as a very attractive young man, not some old, scruffy bum-looking guy. So if the Meteor Man isn't Gandalf or Sauron, who could it be? And the best working theory within the community after the 2 episodes is that this is a new character to the franchise, one of the Istari. And Astari is the class in which wizards of Middle-earth are identified as, including Gandalf, Radagast, and Saruman. Magical beings in general are known as Maiar, similar to that of angels. Interestingly, showrunners Patrick McKay and J.D. Payne have already hinted at this part of the theory being correct. In a Vanity Fair interview, the pair noted on the Meteor Man, he said, well, I would say Gandalf, Radagast, and Saruman are not the only beings, those names, in that class. So maybe, but maybe not. And the mystery and the journey is all the fun of it, I would say. End quote. So the final point is that the Meteor Man might have been referenced in lore already. The Adventures of Tom Bombadil is a series of poems that Tolkien wrote that were intended to be viewed as legends and songs from Middle Earth. One poem in particular is of interest to those curious about the Rings of Power's meteor man, known as "The Man in the Moon Came Down Too Soon." And the poem goes, he twinkled his feet as though they're he twinkled his feet as he thought of the meat of pepper and punch galore, and he tripped unaware on his slanting stair, and like a meteor, a star in flight, Yule one night, flickering down he fell from his ladry path to a foaming bath in the windy Bay of Bell. As noted by somebody, the Bay of Bell isn't where the Meteor Man came down in Rings of Power episode 1, but that's a minor alteration compared to adding a whole new character. He said it's worth noting that the Bay of Ballas was considerably smaller at the beginning of the Second Age, so the spot where the meteor landed could be in the area of the Third Age of Bay. And so we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait to see what new information about the Stranger, aka Meteor Man, in episode 5 or whatever, the Rings of Power, gives us. So, but there's a lot of great theories, man, and I love that that there's this cool mystery behind everything. So I can't wait. I think it's dope.
I do too.
First episode showed some of the first Galadriel at the Tree of Light and her leaving in the land. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, well, it is.
So what does the chat have to say about the Meteor Man? No, Randy only one on it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's saying Balrog because he controlled the shadows to make himself bigger, and the Balrog did that to Gandalf on the bridge. But you're talking about the same scene that I'm talking about, where he made everything get dark, and Gandalf did that same thing. But and Gandalf, you said that he controls fire. Gandalf literally is the controller of fire. Like, that was his thing. That's one of the things he said while he was battling the Balrog. He was like, "I'm the flame of Orindir," or the flame of Endure.
Flame of Lunuru or something like that.
Yeah, he's the flame of something. But yeah, he's a wizard of, his thing is fire too. So yeah, Gandalf did it to Bilbo. And yeah, he's the flame of something. I forget it, Urindir or something. But yeah, Gandalf is the flame of something. That's how he fought the Balrog. So we don't know, man. It could be.
He definitely wasn't letting the Balrog get out of that cave. He definitely kept saying he can't, that he couldn't leave there. He definitely said that. It was like, no, he said that definitely can't leave here. And he stood his ground with it too.
Yeah, he did. He dropped him. He fought him all the way under.
Yeah, he falling down. He fought him on the aisle. Treebeard. Wow.
Treebeard.
I mean, yeah. He could be an imp. He was tall. He was pretty tall, you know. He could be Treebeard. When you look at him, he do look kind of like Treebeard.
Who, the guy, the stranger?
Yeah, the Meteor Man. Yeah, yeah. He kind of look like Treebeard.
Treebeard is an ent. That's a type of creature. And I think he's been around a long time, but I don't.
He's been around. Yeah, he's been around since the beginning. As a matter of fact, in the Rings of Power, he's around now. He's around now. He might be a sapling, but he's around.
Yeah, Treebeard, also known as Fangorn, was the oldest of the Ents in Middle-earth, an ancient tree-like being who was the shepherd of trees. He had a very tall and stiff-limbed appearance with bark-like skin and leafy hair. First appeared in the, but where is he? How long has he been alive exactly? Said he's to be the oldest living thing that still walks beneath the sun upon this Middle-earth. So yeah, he was alive. He was Treebeard way before any of these guys.
I told you that. Yeah, I told you he was there. He was around.
Oh yeah, I
He
know.
was around in Rings of Power. I can tell you that now. I can 100%
Yeah,
tell you he was
yeah,
around.
he was there. Yeah, he was there before the Rings of Power. He was there. That's what I'm saying. He was Treebeard before any of the stuff we're seeing in the show. He was already Treebeard. So it can't be him. And he wasn't he wasn't important enough of a main character for them to use him anyway. But good idea though.
Yeah, we can go with it.
Yeah, good idea. Fangorn's Forest. So oh, talking to them at the concert. This is a big long line.
And they haven't even gotten in yet.
They said they underestimated the traffic.
Yeah, they won't be live streaming that for us until about 9:45.
No, I'm trying to have them come in here right now. All right, let's wait on them to reply. I think she's logging in right now. Yeah, I was reading this thing about what if Luke Skywalker stayed on Dagobah in The Empire Strikes Back? Remember when they were like, "You need to stay here," and he was like, "No, I got to go help Leia and them." And they're like, "Well, you're not a Jedi, then you got to stay and complete your training." And he didn't. And the original trilogy would have been a lot darker had Luke's chosen to stay on Dagobah and train as a Jedi Master under Yoda. Because Grand Master of the Jedi Order Yoda had always discouraged prophecy, and so in his view, the future was always in motion, and any attempt to seek knowledge of the future was rooted in fear or desire for control, which was traits of the dark side. And that's why few had knowledge of the ancient Jedi prophecies when the chosen one was discovered on Tatooine, and years later it was Yoda that was instinctively distrustful when his final student Luke Skywalker had a vision of his friends in danger. Remember, he was like, "I see my friends, they're in danger." I had the vision. He was like, "I gotta go help them." Yoda wasn't down with that shit because he's not really down with that shit with those kind of prophecies, or running after prophecies and trying to, head off uh the future, because that was, like you're trying to be in control too much, like the dark side. And Yoda believed that Luke shared his father Anakin's greatest weakness, which was a need for attachment that would lead him to the dark side. And he was like, you can't have these attachments, you got to learn to let go and shit. And in Yoda's view, a Jedi can love, but they can't fear the loss of that love. And that's where they get fucked up.
All right. Because if you watch the beginning of
That's good.
oh, what was the one
My man ready for the
Reno?
WU TNAG. What up, Britt? What up, Britt? All right, y'all gotta unmute your microphone. Hit the mic. You see the mic?
The music was loud. That's why I had the mic off.
That's what we want to hear. Music. What's up? Where y'all at the
We're
Y'all are,
still sitting in the freaking line,
Yo,
dude.
the line,
nah, when she said y'all were in line, I thought you was
In the
like,
car
the
yet.
line. And we buffed half that. Well, yeah, about half that shit. So they got them lined up all the way down the interstate and coming all the way down the other way of the interstate.
God.
So just when
It
you
is
think you're
so
pulling
long,
up,
dude.
they got everything blocked off. And you gotta go over the bridge of the interstate.
Right.
And right after the bridge, we just bucked it and you turned it.
Hell yeah.
And everybody else that had to go back.
How do I
down the
show you
big
this
line.
traffic? How do I turn the camera around?
They opened the second part of the
Yeah, they had to open the
Go down,
second parking lot.
go down
part
to
of the
the
parking lot.
go down to the cog. Brittany, hit the cog.
The
How you
little
doing?
gear.
See, yeah, hit the cog, and then you're gonna see a thing that says camera. You're gonna scroll down to the bottom, and then you're gonna see camera, and then
Yeah.
you just change it from front facing. You can change it from front facing camera
There it is.
to 0 to camera 2 to you're gonna change it to back facing back. You're gonna see front facing 1 and 0 facing back. There you
How's
go.
that?
That's good. That's it right there.
Okay, so this is
Dang,
the
that
line
is
that we are in. Okay, so it goes down to that red light and then it turns and it goes all the way through there.
wow.
And then that's
Listen.
when they start pulling into the parking lot.
That's close.
Well, listen,
Yeah,
y'all.
we're
Well, listen.
closer now.
You guys
Like,
look
we're
like you in
almost
the
there now.
SUV. Y'all look like y'all in the SUV, man. Y'all might as well cut across that grass right there.
That's
In the
what we
SUV
Man, if
that
there
you doing.
wasn't a big old giant fence
Hey,
there, we
we
probably would.
We've been about 10% of the line.
That's nice. Dog,
The
I
rest of the 90 is just hurting back there.
Yeah, it
nah,
was.
they're in a pickup. They're even better. They're in a Tundra. So they
Yeah,
can
I'm not
definitely
Yeah,
that
so I'm
down.
saying.
hit that field and
I'll
just
push
Yeah,
that tree
just
out
do
of the
what
way
you
too.
yeah.
yeah, do what you gotta
You
do.
put it
Yeah.
on- you put it on
What?
here?
Why not? We're supposed to be doing that. I mean, he's not like live or nothing.
Oh, okay.
yeah. Totally live right now. You guys are
Totally
live.
live right now. You just
100%
live
live.
Oh, are you
live
serious?
shows.
Yeah.
100% live.
Oh,
We got about 40 people. We got about 40 people watching right now.
Yeah, there's like 40 people in here.
4 people. That's what's up.
No, 4T.
4D.
Oh,
Yeah, man. I
you
wish
sure?
they would
Either
do
one
some
of them.
Funko.
Some Funko
They
Pop.
don't do
I'm
no
really-
Wu
Hey.
Tang Funkos yet.
Hey, Ryan, boy, I know your blood was boiling as soon as you fucking found out that I was going.
Bro, I was hot. I was like, I want to choke this motherfucker, dog.
You were like, I know you were thinking of every kind of way, like you said when you hit me up. You're like,
I'm like, oh shit,
would
how can I
fly.
get down? I gotta get
I
down
could
there.
fly there real quick and fly
Word.
back.
Word. I'm like, let me
You
see
know
how
how-
much plane tickets cost right
You know how
now, bro.
immediate that fucking ticket would have been?
Bro, $1,000.
Right. You would have had to leave like right when I told you about it.
Fucking second.
Yeah.
What time did you tell him? What time was it?
Oh, it was around 1, 2 o'clock.
Because I
Something
didn't
like
even
that.
really. She just called me because I seen it.
You
way
told
back,
me
but I
earlier.
didn't pay attention to it.
See?
I was like, man, I ain't.
And I didn't know nothing about it. I was honestly eavesdropping on a bunch of people in the office. And I heard this dude say that he was going to fucking Wu Tang tonight in Tampa. And I was like, hell no. And ran back to my office space, grabbed my phone, looked it up, called Damien immediately. Like, holy shit, this is a real fucking thing. They're going to be in our hood. What?
Yeah.
We
With
are
Nas
going-
too.
We have to do.
Yeah, that's the
Hey.
bonus. The only
So
thing
then-
would be better is KRS was here.
Yep.
If KRS was
Dog.
here, then
If KRS was
But
there, it would
I,
be the
you were
ultimate.
saying that on the way up here. I'm like,
If KRS
I want that
was
to be
there,
a
I would not
solo
be sitting
thing.
on this. I would not be sitting on this live stream right now. I'd have been on the first thing smoking down there.
yeah, man.
Man,
We
no,
want-
KRS
yeah.
is
We
great.
want to
listen,
wherever
man.
he goes, we want to do it for a week. Just post up out there and have a motel across from the whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And just follow him.
Not follow.
Yeah.
That's real weird. But
Why?
Really?
I seen you play my blood.
send him pipe him up. Look, yeah. Look,
It
Man.
would be that kind of
hey,
weird.
these people got.
Nah, you told me it
Yeah,
was
they
like
did.
1:30 today. That's crazy because
Yeah, it was
when
like 130.
oh, you know what was ill is that's the same way me and V saw Wu-Tang in Tampa. We found out about it that day. Matter of fact, we were at
I'm
Disney.
locked up.
We was up
He's
at
mad
Disney.
at me because
Yeah.
he's like, fuck, you're going, I'm not going. Bitch, I'm locked up, and he's out just doing it, whatever. Been doing it.
Yeah, this
Hanging out.
when you was locked up. This is back in 2000. You was locked up, and I was backstage with the Wu. But that's
Backstage,
better.
man, we got some lawn seats. We ain't even backstage, okay? So don't even go there.
Hey,
No,
be all
no.
over the place. Really, I don't even
kidding,
give a fuck.
bro.
I get my foot in the door. Hey, no, I know that.
It's
Come
just
on.
gonna be
I was just
fucking
kidding.
low.
I'm hella happy for you, bro. Yeah.
I know, man. Shit.
What?
Hey, so all I gotta do is get my foot in the door.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be all over the place. I don't care what fucking seat I got. The only thing that could be better is a back row pads, whatever. I'm trying to get that right now anyway. I don't give a fuck.
See, what's crazy, if I was there with y'all, it's a good chance I could get that backstage, because the way I got this backstage was because I know their guy in Tampa that helps them with staff, like the guy that's their security when they come down to Tampa. I know him, Prince, and that's how I got in last time, because I was at the concert. I came in, I came out the concert at the end, and I seen somebody look mad familiar to me with the shirt said security staff on his back, and he was blocking the crowd and letting the Wu come from the back of the club to get on their van. And I was like, yo, I said, yo, Prince. And he turned around and he's like, yo, Reno, what's up? And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And he's like, yo, come here. And he takes that laminate off his neck and he puts it on my neck. And he's like, follow us to the after
real
party.
good.
Yeah, he's like, follow us to the after party. I'm like, are you serious, dog? He's like, bro,
that's even better.
That's what I want.
Hell of a night. Hell of a night. But yeah, we found out they were in Tampa that
I would
night.
fucking stay up all night.
We splurged. We went to the show where they went to the concert venue because we didn't have tickets or anything. See how what y'all are doing right now? We did that shit with no tickets. We got there and started scalping, started looking for scalpers in the.
And that's what I was telling her, because they started going up.
Yeah.
Fucking Google slick ass. You know how you search for something and now they know you like it. So if you come back to it, they done bumped up the prices. But I told her not to worry. We can do what you're saying. We could do that.
Yeah.
You know, but we didn't have to. We hit up a different
website,
and way cheaper too.
That's dope. Yeah.
$50 a piece. Real.
What?
Come on.
No.
That's not bad.
What?
Not bad at all. To get my foot in the door? Yeah.
Damn, I think we paid like 200.
It was good. It was like what? Not even 150. Good shit.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
I think we paid like 175 a ticket.
Hey,
but
they got $600 tickets now. Don't get it wrong.
Yeah, they did.
They got $600 tickets,
but they were like
literally
right in front. I mean,
And
it said orchestra seats,
you know
so that would
stupid
be
that shit
literally right in that little pit where the orchestra is when a theater is happening.
Yeah, I might have had to get those. I might have had to get those tickets. I might have had to get them.
The ones that we scalped, the ones that we got from the scalper.
Yeah.
The ones that we got from the scalper they were dope because they were on the side of the stage, elevated up. So we were looking kind of down at everything, and we was like no more than 20 feet from the stage. And those orchestra seating where you talking about, people were throwing blunt shit back and forth, RZA and shit throwing.
Yeah, that's what we had to get right.
You're gonna see. RZA gonna smoke on stage. People gonna throw blunts up there. He gonna pick them shits up, smoke them, and throw them back.
Why?
Hey, the only thing I can't. Nah, I better not say.
Riddick.
No, I actually don't know the words to that song. I'm just kidding.
Nope, I already got them. Nah, brother.
Already own it. Look, I got my Wu Tang Wakanda Forever.
Hey, I got
my
that's word up.
I was like, so dope. I need to wear something a little.
You know, hey, I already knew everybody's gonna have their shirt on, right?
Look at Damien's Wu Tang.
So I had to come super unique with it. Never did they see it coming.
Always that.
Wait.
That's dope.
That was bad.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we got parts.
Yeah.
You can see it on the camera.
Yeah, you can see it.
Tang and Grogu, because we doing.
And it's like
on the show.
It's real thin, you know, like that quick dry shit.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah,
quick
yeah.
dry.
Oh, you painted that shit?
No, it came. I bought it
Oh,
like $5 off or some shit.
I think we got it at what, Five and Below?
No,
No, it was like Burlington or something.
this was Wish.
That was a Wish.
Yeah,
oh, real like
Even
polyester.
for a couple dollars.
Okay,
Yeah.
Wish.com. This
Yeah,
is
Wish.
not.
Yeah, that ain't no
This is
damn
not
polyester
paid
shit.
for advertisement or nothing. We just know how to run that shit. He says on Wish.com. Look at
No,
that.
I tried them out, and a lot of the
is a
stuff
dope
is
ass shirt.
kind of it won't
I
work.
didn't know you got
Shit is
that.
mad cheap. Sometimes you get some good stuff from Wish. A
Right,
lot
this
of
one
What?
worked out real good.
garbage.
I always get good shit from Wish.
Yeah, women they
you
get
gotta
it
know how to.
Yeah,
You
you
gotta
gotta
know
know
what.
what to get from Wish. Yeah, you gotta know what to get from
Yeah.
Wish. I
Yeah.
got some good
Yeah,
stuff on there
exactly.
too.
All right, baby, we fucking in this bitch.
Okay.
Y'all there? All right, here we go, y'all.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
All right.
Hey, let me tuck these blunts. Where
Wait,
they at?
hold it. All right, some blood, please. Got real whiskey, baby. Make sure you got a lighter. The whiskey's back there, or
creek
you
water.
can drink some of that
I need
one.
some creek.
Preparation.
Okay, so we will like to advertise for this one because we are big fans of Yellow Wolf and what he is doing in his pandemic of all of life. Okay,
All right, don't stop my hat out.
where is it, baby? Come on, get it out.
Yeah, the whiskey
There
under
you
there.
go. I do apologize for the half-empty bottle.
Creek
Can you
knob.
turn off?
That's that creek knob.
All right.
Nah, that creek,
It's called Creek Water.
straight
Creek
creek
water.
water.
It is a very delicious whiskey.
It's that 100
It
proof.
look it. Hey, it looked like creek water. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Hey,
That's what
it
it
is.
looked like.
You can
Creek
believe
water.
that?
Yeah.
It's nice. It's smooth.
It's delicious.
And
You
it's
can hear that oof
affordable.
every time.
That motherfucker, $20 bottle.
Was it?
Oh, shit.
25.
Well, listen,
not
as
bad.
long as
Hey,
it,
did y'all ever
as
try
long
that?
as it,
Hey, you'll be
as
doing
long
the
as it
fucking
does the
fire
effect.
dance real quick out there in the woods on that creek water. Real quick.
Dog, have you ever tried that what's that shit? Nipple pinch? Or dimple
Damn.
pinch? Bruh. It's like the most expensive whiskey you could get. It's called nipple pinch or some shit.
Nipple
Don't tell
pinch?
Kareem my cup's not blue tonight. It's purple.
Hold on. Let me look it up.
No, you want some real good shit, man?
Okay, dimple pinch scotch.
It's Basil Hayden. That's some good affordable top shelf.
Yeah.
What?
But,
That's good, Brother Dragon. You know about that Glenn Levitt? You know
Glenn
about that
Levitt
whiskey,
too. Yeah,
man?
that's that blessed. At the same time, you know what takes the
Glenn
cake?
Levitt. Nice.
Yeah, I like me some Glenn Levitt.
Motherfucking Louis.
Stewart's.
Make
Yeah,
sure
Louis.
he's 13.
Come on, you and
Louis
your
the
Louis.
13th. You can't go wrong.
Yeah, I mean, of course, $1,300. Why not?
Right.
35. 35.
Dog, damn, man. Hold up, man. Let me get my weed man over here. I need to blow one with the WU Tang. Hold on, man.
We fucking here, bitch. We here, bitch.
Where my dog at? Hold on.
This motherfucker. Hey, man, I'm allowed to do the Wu Tang tonight, right? Wu Tang, Wu Tang, Wu Tang. I can do the Wu Tang, right? All night, right?
Yes, you can. Yeah, do it.
Oh, yeah.
Do it. Do what you gotta do.
Hey, my guy say I drink wild Irish rose only and get ripped.
Never.
What the fuck
Never
is
that.
Wild Irish Rose?
You never
that's
heard of
like-
Wild
Oh,
Irish
no,
Rose?
Hey,
you
that's
never
like
Oh,
wild
you never heard of
nasty
Wild
stuff,
Irish
huh?
Rose?
They get that.
No, I
that's
didn't
that
need to
panty
use
drop.
that.
They get
Panty drop.
the dragon now. They call it. They drink the dragon.
Hey, man, what's up, man?
That's some cheap
Dragon
wine. That's
Yeah,
some real
exactly.
cheap wine. Wild Irish Rose.
Get
But
going
it
to
will
right
get
back
you.
Bring me a dub. I'm live on the show. I can't come out there. Bring me a dub, sir. Just come to. All right, bet.
He said I drink Wild Irish Rose.
Yeah, it's like Ripple, Mad Dog, 2020.
Hey, where we at?
We used to
I
drink
don't
Wild
know,
Irish
baby. I
Rose,
don't know. We
Moons,
had the Wu Tang.
Mad Dog, all that.
No, there's
Oh,
fences.
shit.
Babe, come on, there's fences right there.
What?
There's fences right there. That's not where it's at.
Hold on, man. Make sure we know what we.
Oh. Look, that says H over there.
Corey, I
H.
think his favorite is You God.
Ryan, remember where we parked at?
H.
Yeah. You might have to. Everybody got a Wu-Tang shirt. I told you that.
I don't care. I was wearing my Wakanda Wu-Tang, all right? Because we all forever. Wu-Tang and Wakanda. Thank you. You got this one. Right. Nobody got that one. Oh, and you know what's really dope is Damien actually has like a Friends, like it looks like the Friends logo, but it's all the Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh yeah.
It's a cool shirt. I like that one.
Favorite,
Yeah, I tried to get him to wear
I
that
was
one.
afraid somebody. That's the one I thought somebody might have.
No, ain't nobody got that
But
shit.
at the same time, it's like real thick on the chest. Real
Yeah,
plastic.
Yeah.
getting in there now. Hey Ryan, at some point I'm gonna have to disconnect because I gotta get the tickets out.
No, you can
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool.
No, you can
Just
do
come
it
on.
while
You can
you're.
just. You got the link. You got the link. You can just come on back.
Okay,
You can, yeah, you can do that, or you can
I
just
gotta
show
walk
it
through the
while you're
mud.
on the.
No,
You probably
you ain't gonna
gotta,
get through the mud to go see Wu-Tang, man.
I mean,
Hey,
look at y'all cutting line.
look,
Look.
and I braided my hair.
you say you're gonna
Are you
take
kidding me?
see Wu-Tang, baby, man.
Yeah, I know. I play that song like so much today.
And
You
you
just don't
braided
know.
my hair.
I did braid your hair too. Oh shit.
Corey, my
Hey, you
favorite is
gonna take me see Wu-Tang, baby.
Ghostface is my favorite member. Used to be
No,
Ray
Ghostface
Kwan.
Hey,
is my favorite
Wu-Tang's
member.
my favorite member, bro.
Yeah, Wu-Tang is my favorite member too. But if I had to pick one section, it'd be Ghost number one.
Yeah, I like Ghost. I like him as Pretty Tony
See,
too.
it all
but
depends on the
I
mood
like
I'm
that
in,
love
bro.
music
Really,
too. So
Yeah, the
how I
mood is
want to
that's
listen to what.
yeah.
Because
Sometimes I'm in a jizza mood. Sometimes I'm in a ghost mood.
always
I'm
in it.
yeah,
Spectre
touche,
Tech mood.
get
Yeah.
that.
I like. Listen, I like them all. I
But
don't. I like
I like
them
the
always in
all.
a
old
mood.
dirty bastard
Always
too.
in a woo mood.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What can I
There's
say?
always somebody out of the
Because he
mood
just
that
be
wants
off the
to
wall.
satisfy
He
my
says
mood.
off the wall shit. And it's like you just get away with it. I want to just get away with it too.
I think I had like 2 or 3. You said you're gonna take me to see Wu-Tang, baby.
And we're doing it.
Mhm.
And you braided my hair.
Oh, look, see, look, I did braid his hair. Look at that shit. Uh-huh.
You said you're gonna take me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
like.
right.
I like the whole Wu Tang. I like them all. I don't think I have one favorite. I just listen to them
It's
all
hard.
individually. Whenever I
It's
get
hard
ready,
for me to
I just
pick.
listen to
That's why
whoever
I
I
feel
want,
like
man.
it depends on the mood I'm
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, me
See,
too.
I'm
But mostly the collective, I like them as a collective than
sorry.
I do. You know what I'm saying? And I like them on different tracks. Like depending on what track is playing, I like them like that too.
Say you gonna take me to Wu-Tang, baby.
Hey, what's the venue? Where y'all at?
And you
What's
braided
We're at the Tampa Amphitheater.
okay? That's what I thought.
Man, y'all lucky
Good.
y'all going there tonight, man.
fucking good.
Man,
And
I
I'm
really,
going to
but out
work
of all
super
of,
early in
I
the
do
morning.
miss old
Yeah,
Dirty,
I gotta go to
man.
work super early in the morning. So we both gotta be at work at the crack of dawn
Half
right
drunk.
after this. Yep.
Oh, no,
half
no way.
drunk.
No way. We gotta drive home.
What?
Y'all
Yes,
gotta
ma'am.
drive
Yeah,
home.
we going to.
Yeah, y'all gotta get
Man,
home now.
listen.
Don't get too hammered.
Nah, never that. Always
If I was
fucking
y'all, I would just
I'm already drunk.
go get some breakfast. I just go get some breakfast and go to work with a hangover.
Now what I
Yeah,
do
that's what I planned on it.
is slam a couple,
And you know what's boss is I got a 15-year-old at home, so she's making our breakfast right now.
drink one beer to smell it or slide it out.
What?
Of course I got my blunts, That's always. But at the same time, and then I slow down about halfway through and drink that water. And
Oh, I
then
was going to say, and you got creek water. And you got creek water.
Oh wait.
yeah, we got to
And
get rid of the rest
not
of that.
only
on the
that, not only that, but I bought bagel chips and I put those in the car too. So we
way.
got some extra
Oh,
chips.
not
So
them
get out,
bagel
baby.
chips.
Oh,
I got
What
some
is it?
bagel chips in the car. Y'all
Bagel
bagel
oh,
chips.
bagel chips. There's
Oh,
like just thick bagel with a little bit of salt on it.
That's gonna
not,
help me.
No, yeah, it'll soak up the alcohol.
There it
That
is.
soak up that alcohol, yeah.
You can hear
Yeah,
it.
I know how to do the hangover thing. I love getting drunk.
all myths.
I mean, nah, I don't mean nothing. I meant that.
Oh,
I love getting drunk.
God, you can hear him roaring. Is this what you? Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained? Is this
I was
not
just listening
yeah.
to that yesterday, and I was watching the American Gangster yesterday too. I lifted out. Man, wanted to move
Yeah.
Man, I should have brought me some water. I didn't know we could do that.
Drink.
Whatever they got over there.
They got alcohol. I should have left it. I have to throw it away.
I like your Wu Tang hat, kid. Looks very graffiti-like.
Yeah.
Look, the little logo in the back is so cool.
So you gonna take me to Wu
Everybody Wu Tang down. Everybody Wu Tang
Sort of.
down there, huh?
I like his variation
Hey,
of
man,
it with a different hat. I like that.
Okay.
Hey,
You know what, man? It's just good to see everybody there checking out Wu Tang on tour. Oh, lost.
Oh shit! I guess they had to get the what you call it, tickets out and shit. Yo, there we go.
Oh, my bad. Pushing buttons.
We got
Okay,
you.
but it's in the crowd. Okay, it's not facing us. Do you want it to face you?
Yep, lost him again.
Let's see if I can get him back here. Pink.
Let me touch it again.
All right, I'll just hold it. You just talk. How about that?
Wait, go turn the camera back a little bit. Wait, there you go. Aim down a little bit.
Yeah, we're walking.
Little to the left. Little, there you go. Little to the left.
Really, Ryan?
You crashed though, real not.
No, what fucking sucks is you just made me fall for it, and I did it.
Well, that's besides the point.
I was like, oh, is there something on the ground?
I knew that bitch was acting stupid.
Girl booty.
I'm gonna see if you
No,
gonna
she
do
ain't got one.
exactly. That's why he crashed. Silly ass boy.
I work out.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna take the whole.
Now, how far do you have to walk? How far you guys have to walk to get to the venue?
You see that building?
About
We
a
got to
mile.
get to that building. We're
That's
almost
about
there.
10 miles. That's like about 10 miles right there.
Or
I
know
should have wore
Stu
my
got
watch.
work.
I definitely would have got my steps in.
Oh, I'm Fitbitting.
Stu want to
Well,
see.
listen.
You want to see something before you got.
Well, listen, man. I'm glad you. Listen, it wouldn't be a walk without creek water.
It would not be a
That's why
walk
you
without
gotta
that
have.
creek water.
That's why you gotta have creek water.
Yeah, he is.
Creek water makes the walk all better. You
What
don't
is
care
that?
how long the walk is, as long
Hey,
as you got
grab it, baby. I'm trying to get there.
Hey.
Somebody said something about an after party. Wu Tang after party.
I might not sleep tonight, baby.
We ain't sleeping.
I might be 18. Yeah.
We ain't sleeping. What?
Hey, let me tell you about my first concert. Wyclef is the only one that put on. How do I turn it around, man? So there's everybody, Hot Boys and all that shit. You know, motherfucker
Right.
old shit, whatever. So
They'll be back. They'll be back. Technical difficulties, people, but they will be back. I mean, they will be back with the creek water. They'll be back with the creek water.
Entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
anyways,
Are you not
Justin.
entertained? Are you not
What's up now?
entertained?
What's up? Got your thing playing?
I don't think so.
Justin
Y'all
had
there yet?
Justin had some friends that he was hanging out with, and then he came up to me with these tickets, like 4 of them. He's like, "Yo, this bitch was slipping. Got these tickets, and it was on my birthday too. I think I turned like, I don't know. Anyways, so long ago. So we go.
That was about 3 years ago. That was about 3 or 4 years ago.
3 years, bitch. Nah, this is about 20 of them.
Yeah.
So
that still ain't long. It still ain't long.
Nah, never that.
Come on,
But
come on.
so we go out there. My homeboy was driving.
I don't know how we're
God
doing
rest his
this
soul.
right now.
Anyways,
Who,
he
Shorty?
was fucking. We had 100 proof. I think it was Yukon Jack back then.
Mm.
We got stupid with it. When we
Mhm.
stopped, we parked. We got stupid. We went up in there. And then every time we go to buy a beer, my homeboy would slide one from the side. Stole about like 10 of them before they caught him. And then they arrested his bitch ass for being drunk, right? They threw him out. He's outside. Keep in mind, this is my ride, bro.
Yeah,
And we're
yeah.
in Tampa. We
Mm-mm.
jit too.
Yeah, y'all
18,
like 16 too.
Yeah. No, I was 18, I think. So yeah, man. They fucking goes to jail. We gotta walk. I gotta turn it off.
Yeah. We're there now.
I just want to see where you're at. Really?
Yeah.
Anyways, to be continued.
Yeah, to be
What happened?
We have to start
Oh, he
walking
goes to
that way
jail,
now,
man.
okay?
So we walked, and we were in Ybor. We ended up in Ybor.
Nobody saying anything to me.
And then one of my homeboys that didn't even come to the show, he was out there. It started drizzling, raining. And he was like our savior, bro. He was our ride home. He went into some kind of phone party. This is when techno was cool.
Oh, they had all the foam in the
Okay, I gotta
nightclub.
go. We gotta go. Sorry.
All right, hurry back. Okay, yeah, they'll be back.
Oh,
So when they come back, we'll be inside the venue, and we'll see. We'll get to see the concert finally. Stu, you gonna be able to chill or what?
I'm pushing it to the limit. I'm staying as long as I can. See something, man.
Hopefully they'll be back. Hopefully it won't take them too long to get through the door.
As a matter of fact, hang on. I'll be right back, man. I gotta take care of something real quick. Just to make sure I can stay a little longer.
See if you can
hang on 1 second.
Work some things out and together. Yeah, so while we wait for them, I want to show y'all this Breath of the y'all into I'm into Breath of the Wild, Zelda, big fan. Let me see if I can get y'all. This is really dope. So if y'all know about Breath of the Wild, the Zelda game from Nintendo, they finally came out with a sequel years later, and it looks amazing. They finally gave us the title, Tears of the Kingdom. Can't wait. All right, that should. There we go. So we'll bump this here. Wait, let me get this thing up here. Oh no. Wait, how do I do that? Okay. Get off of that. Oh, in the meantime, let's do this commercial while I'm setting this up. Oh, cool. They're back. All right. What's good?
Yes.
Wait.
What happened? Y'all get inside? Oh, I hear the audience, I think.
Hey, Ryan, can y'all see that shit?
Yeah. I can't see what it says, though. I lost you. Oh, we lost him. She's funny with the phone. We'll get back to that in a second. All right, let me put this clip on here. But yeah, check this. Classic joint. Remember this shit? If you don't remember this, you're not from my era. 1995.
Crack another, I'm blessed. Let's go get the next one and get over. The object is to stay sober. Lay on the sofa. Better yet, down my shoulder. Be champ stressed out. Could never be son. Ricochet jelly. Hit the deli for a cold one. Naturally blessed. Yes, my rap is like a laser beam.
Woo! That was the shit back in the day, yo. We finally seen Wu-Tang on TV. All right, cool. Here we go. So while we're waiting for them to come back, they're getting into the venue, the Nas Wu-Tang State of Mind tour, Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, Part 2. The trailer is here. Check this shit out. Boom. Run. Cool, they're back. All right, so y'all get inside or what?
Always that.
Nice.
Let me show you.
Yeah, flip that shit. There it is, baby. Wu-Tang Clan and Nas, boy.
That bucket list. Fucking
Hell yeah.
that bucket list. No
Yes.
more. Now all I gotta do is go holler at Jack Nicholson and jump off the fucking
Check off the box.
jump off the canyon rock, parachutes and dumb shit. Hey,
Cocktails.
immediately. Immediately. I can't even hear you, bro.
No, I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing. Just show me the Wu-Tang.
Nah, them lines ain't no damn shorty. Man's tripping.
All right, Queen B over here. We got two cameras, two perspectives.
At the phone.
Haha.
Okay, look. You follow. Are you looking at us or are you looking at the crowd?
Adam.
I'll look at the crowd.
Yeah. Flip one phone. There you go. Flip one phone. So what? This is the pay your tickets. I mean, you showing them tickets here?
I'm gonna put mine on mute. Or mute yours. We don't need both of them.
Can you hear me?
I don't know. I kept walking to
Yo, can you hear me? We got a third one? What's going on? Oh, okay. Let me drop that other one out. Hey, Sydney, can y'all hear me?
not making it go.
Wait. Is it echoing, Ryan?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but does it
Okay.
stop?
Yours is on mute. His is not. So I can hear you.
Think about it or make that go away.
That's fine. Are y'all going? Did y'all give me your tickets yet or what? What are y'all doing right now? You muted both of them. They're both on mute. Oh my God. They're both muted. You muted both of them. Now that one, okay, yeah, you had them both muted. Now you muted again. They're both muted. These guys. Yo. Yo. You got to unmute one of them. You got to unmute one of them. You got to unmute one of them. They'll figure it out in a second, guys. You got to unmute one of them, bro. You got them both mute.
Go ahead, I'm muted.
All right.
I'm just
You
saying.
had them both. You had them both muted.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, there we go. All right. Hey, so where y'all at?
I feel the phone vibrate, so then I have to listen.
Where y'all at? Y'all already paid the tickets. What are y'all doing now?
Drinks. As soon as you
Oh,
walk in. I ain't
oh,
trying to
okay.
come back.
Right.
I'm on two fists.
Got you.
If they let me.
Look at all the WU shirts.
See my shit?
Mm-hmm. I remember that shirt too. The clan. Where is? I guess we lost Stu altogether.
Or maybe
He
it
will-
feels like
he'll
you
be
do
right
something
back.
wrong.
To be computed.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
I mean, continue. Computed. I don't know what that is. Look, liquid death water. There's your water stuff that you like in the can.
Yeah, I like
That's
that.
so weird. Are we liquid death water in it too?
Oh, they got cans of water and shit.
Hella funny.
Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to see if Stu's coming back.
You see what they serving? Oh, they got the whistling pig. They got the 10-year whistles. They got some Glen 11, 12. They got some all right shit. They ain't up on that yet. Good. You got any creek water?
No.
Whiskey? No. How about Louis the 13th?
Louis the 13th.
Or some Basil Hayden? Basil Hayden. What you
Yeah, that'll work. Basil.
Me?
Two.
Yeah.
Yeah, neat.
Yeah.
Please. Oh, yeah. Oh no, I don't. I'm fucking stupid.
What?
You look like you're real young.
Dude.
The long gray beard doesn't count as ID.
I guess it's the job.
Yeah. Well, Brittany does look 12.
Oh,
So
man. I'm drinking your shit. Then. I'm gonna make her pour that shit first. I ain't even gonna act like I ain't got it. Why she whispering about our Basil Hayden?
How much is that baby? 26 for a double.
Okay.
26 for a double? Per person.
Well,
So
whatever.
that's 46.
It's gonna have to be.
All right. Your idea.
Oh shit, I forgot it.
Anything else?
I didn't think to bring the no water, please.
Oh, yeah. Get one of them water. Gotta hydrate now.
Yeah. Gotta be able to get home.
I do.
You do both? Yep. I guess I look old, y'all.
you definitely don't look 18 or 20.
Get chipped. Okay, this is fine.
Oh, that's the one I wanted too. I forgot. Yes, please.
Get your motherfucking drinks.
Real normal, how it comes straight out of the creek.
It's like
They want to put ice in it and all different stuff.
oh yeah, they gonna water it down
Maybe
and
you
all
want
that.
to try.
No, it's okay.
You ain't gonna get no hellified drinks out there, bro. That shit's gonna be like at the fair.
What happened, yo?
You ever get drinks out at the fair?
Thank you. Never that. Bad nail polish.
Nail polish remover, yeah. Alcohol.
I remember fool, bad coconut.
Yeah.
Hey, bad step into the place. Yeah.
Bitch trying to get me to have some white girl play.
I just did Facebook hit me with a 4 year ago pictures of us. And your shit was real short, baby. You'll be happy to see them. Hold on, we gotta slow. I can't drink walking this fast. Yeah.
Because I like water and whiskey.
We gotta slow down a little bit, bro.
A little more than that.
Oh shit.
Water.
All right. We gotta get up here. I don't know. Should we follow security?
Do you know if they started yet? Are y'all missing? Did they start the show?
Yeah, no worries. Oh, they got food. Look, they got, hold on. They got different liquor right here. It's whiskey, 100 proof. No worries.
It's gonna be like, what the?
Oh, they been started the show, huh?
Not fucking fuzzies.
Yeah, I think they started the show.
Fuzzy's taco shop. You wanna put the fucking fuzzy taco? Oh shit, baby. Am I having fuzzy tacos tonight?
Fuzzy tacos.
Yeah.
I
Trying to
just got
cut
that.
What section of it?
The arena. Hey, bro. He's not gonna be able to hear me. Yo, turn her phone on. Yo, Stu, you came back?
Right by the fucking stage on the side, fool.
Hey.
Fucking roof's about to peel off.
Hey. Yo, dude. Yo.
Never can I hear anything.
I know. You can feel the phone, right? Hey, tell Brittany to tell her to turn her camera on.
Got it.
Hey, bro. All I can see is your shirt. Turn the camera around. Okay. Hold on, let me call Brittany, man. Let me. Oh, goddamn. Hey, all we can see is his shirt.
He said all he can see is your shirt.
Oh, you want to see me drink my whiskey, baby? You see?
Brittany, where? Oh, y'all aren't there. Yeah, turn the camera around so we can see the stage. Turn your camera. Yeah. All right. All right. They're still trying to get to the stage, y'all. Golly. I guess it's quite a fucking crowd out there. Can't imagine.
Showing my age. Definitely fucking in shape.
I don't care about fucking up people's vision.
Uh-huh.
I will fucking squeeze you to the smallest spot to get where we gotta go.
I ain't trying to slow down. All right, just don't get somebody fucked up. Hold up, man. Right here, bro. Swing. Come on and attack for what?
Almost.
Quarter Valentine.
Hey, Britt, your phone came off. She probably thinks it's on. Okay, here we go. Know you kid. What you know? Cut you slow.
I see RZA, Jizza, Capadonna, Ghostface. This is no hitter. Respect the deck. There's Ray Clone. Yeah, they got mostly everybody. No meth.
Yeah, they usually the way they do their shows is they'll do they all 9 members don't come out on the stage at one time. What they'll do is they'll have like whatever song they playing, who is ever on that song, those 2 guys will come out, or those 3 guys or whatever. So they come out in sections. When I seen this, that's why I was interested to find out. Like they didn't all just come out at once. You don't see them all. You know what I'm saying? Which makes sense. I mean, I'm sure some songs they have all 9 of them on the stage, but for the most part, they only come out, you know, a few at a time because you don't want 9 people on the stage when they're not singing. Can you dig it?
Let's walk around. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah, y'all ain't even there yet. The fuck?
That fucking seats do I start to debug?
Yeah, y'all gotta get up there.
Hey, you hear that?
Yeah, boy. There you go, Steph. Nas, yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Whoa. Nas, Ray, and Ghost on the same track. That's the song that I really wanted to see performed. I can't hear shit, obviously, but damn it.
You don't really surprise me when I see you. Hey, we live though. How you doing? Yeah. Happy birthday, buddy. Thank you. Yeah, that's me. Doing something here. Birthday. Yeah, where's Jim at?
Come on, it's unpredictable. Oh, shit.
Hey, eventually, yeah. He'll be like, oh shit. Yeah, bro. I think on my energy, brother. Yeah, we started to go, but we had to drop my daughter off somewhere else, and it converted us. We just go explore. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. We really didn't do nothing really for my birthday this year, and then she hit me with this shit today. So I'm like, oh, that's it. Game of surprise. Yeah. That's shit. Yeah.
Technical difficulties, y'all. I was trying to get trying to get something done, man, with them, with her phone. I guess her phone malfunctioned or died or something. I couldn't get the gist of it. But sorry about that. Best we could do. Hopefully they'll get it straightened out. And we'll come back online, or if they get it straightened out, I'll record it all and I'll repost this all live from from the audience and shit. So we'll post that, and we'll see y'all again Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all know the spot, man. Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Always here. And I will try to post the rest of this concert tonight. Hopefully, we'll be able to post that before Saturday. That'll be dope. But other than that, y'all, Stu, I think was trying to come back on. I don't know what happened to him. Big technical difficulties tonight, man. But thank y'all for hanging out. Those of y'all that are still here, and we'll see y'all Saturday. All right, peace.